In today's video, I'm going to show you how I turn Pinterest into a seasonal goldmine. I'm going to show you how I do seasonal Pinterest keyword research the correct way and how I tap into seasonal spikes to generate over 250,000 clicks just in the next few months, and how I turn all that traffic into at least $10,000 every single month on autopilot with my Pinterest account and strategies. Let's get into today's video. It's going to be a good one. So you join me inside one of my new blogs. This is a food blog and it's something that I'm going to scale probably over the next 6 to 12 months. But this has been set up from about 2 or 3 months ago with the intention to scale it over the next few months. So we are currently at the end of Q3 now, going into Q4. And food is one of the easiest things to scale on Pinterest because, as you can imagine, as people kind of trend up to the winter months, to Thanksgiving, through Christmas, through Halloween, they're just eating more food, consuming more food, and they are searching for all of those things, those trends, those recipes, things that look good, things that potentially will taste nice, all on Pinterest. So it's just a ridiculous amount of traffic for you to take advantage of. Now, this is a site that I own. I'm going to be adding loads more articles, but you can take a look at some of the things that I've got at the moment. These were from when I first set up the blog. So the process is going to be super simple. We are going to generate these blog posts. I'm going to give you a template on how to do that. Super simple to do. They will be able to write all of the content for you, including all the ingredients and instructions. Just obviously take a quick read before you publish it. We're going to be adding these images for basically a few pennies or a few cents. Each image is going to be worth a few cents to you. Super simple to do. And then once we scale these blog posts, we're going to have some ads in there, potentially an email list, and we are going to make money through affiliate products and also through advertising marketing, and just scale the account and scale the website to over a few $1,000s in the first few months, and then several $1,000s after that in the next 6 months. I do this pretty much all the time across all of my accounts. As you can imagine, I have dozens of websites that I do this with. Now, if you want me to create a website that looks just like this is very simple for me to do. Shoot a message to me in the comments or sign up to my email list. I'll leave a link below this video and I will get one of these created for relatively cheap. They're super simple to make, and I'll have this all scaled and set up for you just so you are ready to go and you can kind of get started straight away. And of course, that means you're going to get started straight away. Now, let me show you the strategy that I'm using to scale up pretty much any niche, but specifically the food niche over the next few months in Q4 and the seasonal traffic and how to spike that in your favor. Quick pause. If you are enjoying the content and you really want to unlock the next level of success with Pinterest, then I urge you to sign up to my newsletter. I'm sharing the best tips, the most up-to-date tips, things that are working for me in 2025 in detail with step-by-steps of exactly how I am growing my Pinterest accounts across my several accounts, plus all my agency accounts. Plus, I have around 20 or so blueprints that give you the step-by-step methods of how I scale up accounts up to $10,000 with no jargon or fluff. This is exactly what I do and all the tools I use to scale up my Pinterest accounts. If you're interested, this is all 100% free, so please sign up with the link below this video. Let's carry on. The first thing you want to do is go over to Pinterest Trends. Now, I'm going to show you 2 or 3 tools that I use that just makes this absolutely seamless for me, and it allows me to have zero guesswork, and I can just zone in on the content and zone in on the keyword research, do it all correctly, and then be able to just harness AI to tell me what works and what doesn't work, plug it into my systems and my templates, and then have an entire conveyor belt of blog posts, of pings, and then of revenue coming in. And then I'm just kind of scaling it all up because I understand what works and what doesn't. Okay, so I'm not going to overcomplicate it. We'll have one free way to do it, and I'll show you one paid way to do it too. Now, we are in Pinterest Trends here. We're going to scroll down to the interest here on the left-hand side, and we're going to click on food or drink. Feel free to add any of your niche that you are currently interested in. We are going to leave the growing trends here, and we're going to grab some of these keywords, and we're going to kind of just observe them. So we're going to look into dinner recipes, banana bread recipes, etc., etc. And we're just going to kind of look at the interest over time. Now, generally, what you want to do is, if you can, do it over the past 2 years so you can see if there's kind of a peak in the December months, November and September and October, so Q4 months. Because if it is, that's a good sign. We'll check a few more as well. This one looks pretty cool. It's kind of trending up in August. Let's see if it continues to trend up. It kind of trends down, so maybe that's not a great keyword. Now, again, you do this for pretty much every single keyword. Now, this can take a very, very long time, and this is why I'd suggest that you do not use the manual strategy, okay? What I'd recommend you do is just copy all this data, pop over to ChatGPT, and then just copy and paste this prompt in. Feel free to ask for this prompt if you need it in the comments. You can change the amount of keywords that you need to however many you want. So let's say we want 20. It's going to be in Q4. It's going to be AI Pinterest listicle posts. Make sure the keywords don't overlap, and then have a small preference towards those that are higher search volume because it's easier for us to rank. Boom, so I'm going to add it all in there, and then ChatGPT is going to do its thing. And then what we're going to do is just use the AI kind of tools to pull out the smartest keywords that we need, and then go back and research only the ones that we want. So for example, I think it pulled out nails by accident because it was up top, and braids as well, but we can look through crock pot recipes, we can look through peach cobbler recipes, meatloaf recipes, etc., and give you a nice cool reason of why that would make sense. So for example, crock pot chicken recipes will do well because family dinners tend to increase in Q4. Same with breakfast casserole, etc., okay? And I definitely know cookies are going to be a kind of a huge spike because people are going to make more cookies around December times, November times. So let's put that back into the search filters, and then we can click on it right here. So this was the crock pot chicken recipe. And as you can see, because we've done the research already, we know that it tends to spike up around the end of Q4, and then this particular one goes down, but that's fine because it's seasonal, and we're trying to get a taste of some of these spikes at the end of the year. Now, I did like this keyword. This was the cookie recipes one that I mentioned. You can see there's a huge spike at the end of kind of middle of November to the end of November, coming to just before Christmas. And this is what I kind of mean when I say you need to take advantage of those trending spikes. So if we can start posting now in September to get this like literally massive surge in traffic, this is where, if you do this multiple times, this is where you will be able to surge your traffic to hundreds of thousands of clicks and also surge your revenue. So what we're going to try to do is look for specific keywords that are just like this, put them in a list, and then set up automation to get those pinned on Pinterest. So as I mentioned, there's two ways to do this. The first way was the way I just showed you. A little bit manual, you do have to go through the keywords yourself, but you can use and manage and leverage AI to help you. The second way is to use a tool called Pinclicks, and I will show you what the homepage looks like now. It's a keyword research tool and ranking tracking tool that is the best, in my opinion, for getting more traffic from Pinterest, showing you stats from pins, from your competitions, from search rankings, and just all around a really good marketing tool specifically for Pinterest research. I will leave a link below this video. Feel free to check it out. It's a free trial, and you can always cancel if you don't think it's worth it, but it 1000% is. So first off, you want to sign up to Pinclicks itself. I'll log in now. Here's the cool thing. Once you are logged in, you can still actually harness the data of Pinclicks while you're in Pinterest Trends. Remember, Pinterest Trends is the free version. Pinclicks is the paid version and premium version. Once you're logged in, you can upload and add the plugin, and then you can be able to log in from the browser itself. Verify your email, and then you'll get all the search volume itself. Now, this is cool for us because it means we don't have to do all that manual research. We can go through here and look at the volume and say to ourselves, okay, fantastic. Most of these keywords here are high in terms of search volume, and then when you're going really specific with Pinterest, you can really easily decide what's working and what's not working just by looking at the data instead of having to like go into each keyword specifically. And remember, in general, Pinterest Trends doesn't show you actual numbers for search volume, so leveraging Pinclicks database is a smart way to do that. Cool, so this is Pinclicks database, and this is the Keyword Explorer. They have a ton of tools on the left-hand side here. I won't go through all those today, but I will show you the Keyword Explorer and why I think it's fantastic. So we're going to type in interest on the side here, and we're going to put in food and drink. Of course, any of the niches that you're in, feel free to put that in. And then what I'm going to do now is, instead of just going to see what is the highest volumes, as you can see here for food and drink, I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate, and I'm going to type in high volume, high trending occasions and events within Q4. So for example, we know that Thanksgiving's coming up, we know Halloween's coming up, we know of course Christmas is coming up, and if we just look at those three events themselves, the spike in traffic for those are incredible, and you can literally make hundreds of thousands of clicks just with those particular special holidays themselves, and of course that means more revenue. So let's just go into those three themselves. And just to double check that there isn't anything I've missed, which I shouldn't have, we could just put it into ChatGPT and ask it for seasons over the next few months. So you can do this at any time of the year. I've got fall here, so that's fantastic. I've got Halloween here, I've got Thanksgiving, I've also got Christmas. So we're going to type in fall first, which we call autumn in the UK, but whatever. And then we're going to go back to Pinclicks and see what comes up. So I'm going to put fall into the keyword explorer here, and we know it's food and drink. And now we have everything related to fall and also food and drink. So we can grab all these, again, put it back into ChatGPT and ask it to give us information on the ones that are the most useful for us for the next few months, and specifically sort it by search volume. So let's do that right now. So I've given it a new data set. It's going to give me all of that information, and it's going to sort it by the ones with relatively the highest search volume, but also the ones that will work well and specifically does not overlap Now, this is a fantastic list. We can just grab that, put it into a document, and we'll have pretty much 20 fantastic keywords that are seasonal, high trending, that we can create pins for, and we can create blog posts for. And another thing is, as I mentioned, just utilize AI. AI is there to help you. It's there mostly extremely cheap or for free. Let's type in things like harvest, let's type in things like pumpkin and see what comes up, because it's giving us the prep for fall and Thanksgiving. So we can like go a bit more granular and get all those keywords and then create blog posts for those and pins for those. So back in Pinclicks again, we're going to type in pumpkin at the top here. We're going to grab all these. These again, all recipes. They are pumpkin related muffins. There's cheesecakes. There's salads. There's breads. This is gold dust information. Okay, if you are able to have a system that can utilize AI in terms of the keyword research, and then also AI in terms of creating the blog posts and the pins, you're going to win. So again, we're going to pop that back into ChatGPT. Look, and it's going to give us the next 20 keywords. We're going to continue to do this, okay, for about another half an hour to an hour. Spend some time doing keyword research, because I do, and this is where the money really is. And also remember, I'm doing it the easy way. You can export these and you'll get 1,000 also keywords. And there are literally pages and pages of keywords that you can sort through yourself, or you can get AI to do it for you. So we've done fall, we have done Thanksgiving. Now let's also do a little bit of Christmas. Those are 3 plus maybe Halloween is going to be all you need. We'll pop that into the search volume and see what comes up. Then of course you've got all your Christmas related keywords, which you're going to have tons of, and also the traffic. So sorry, the volume. So we're going to copy those in too. And while that's loading, remember, you can still use Pinterest trends, okay? So for example, you can, let's say you do not want to sign up to Pinclicks for whatever reason, you can go to top monthly trends here. You can put food and drink in here, as we've been doing, and you can add the keywords in here. So for example, we can add in Thanksgiving. And then we'll see pretty much similar keywords. The only difference being, if I log out of Pinclicks, you're not going to see this volume, okay? And volume is very, very important, because you're able to know the higher search volumes, and then you can create content around those. So I would recommend it, but again, technically you don't have to have it. You can copy and paste these keywords and then pop them back into ChatGPT, and just say, make a general assumption on the ones with the higher volumes, and then obviously make sure it's unique, etc. So I am giving you 2 ways to do this. You can do it in pretty much any way that you see fit. I do both, because there's just so much data here. I love data, and I love to see what works and what doesn't. I love to test things. I honestly think people should do the same if they're looking to make a serious income from Pinterest and leverage all these tools and just create fantastic content for people at the time that they actually want it. Cool, so this is done by ChatGPT now. This is mainly from the Pinclicks data. This is sorted by volume, and also it is super unique. Now this is where the magic happens, okay? So we have all the keyword researchers now. What we're going to do is put them into boards, and again, just harness AI. So we're going to ask the AI tool, ChatGPT for example, to put these into boards and give us SEO descriptions and even a calendar. So let's do that now. So I've said, give me some boards, some keywords, some SEO descriptions, give me a calendar, and bear in mind it takes 6 weeks for pins to rank. So it's going to now do that for me for all the keywords. So now it's going to do pretty much all for me, including fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, board titles, SEO descriptions, and posting calendar. This is gold dust, because I can just pretty much do this myself, or potentially give it to my team as a very simple guide to follow. So these are the full recipes. It's given like all of the different descriptions and boards here. And then it's also given the same things for Thanksgiving. And it's also done the Christmas ones above. And now, importantly for you, it's giving you a calendar of exactly when to post things. Okay, this, again, gold dust, super simple to follow and super simple to use. And then all we're going to do is pretty much just follow the calendar. So for example, we're in the beginning of September now, first 2 weeks. We're going to post all of these full different pins. And then the following week, we're going to do Thanksgiving. Then the following week, we're going to do some more fall snacks, and then Thanksgiving, etc., etc., etc. Now, all that's left for you to do is just create your pins, create those boards, and also create those blog posts. And I'll show you a very simple way to do that now. So 2 tools that you need. The first one is going to be Content Goblin. This will write all of the content for you, and it will also create pins for you if you decide to, but mainly I use it for actually creating the blog posts themselves. I'm not going to go into a massive tutorial now, because I have tons of videos on how to do that. Feel free to use the link below this video if you want to check it out. They have, I think, a free trial of some shape or form, but I think it's also super cheap as well. You can check the price in here. I would recommend it 1000%. This is what I use pretty much all the time. So this is the dashboard itself. We're going to go into image listicle, and then you can choose whichever credit or version that you want. And then you add in the section type, you add in the article topic. You can add a custom outline or advanced And then you can also add the images. I'll just do like a quick one for you to see now, and we'll hit create generate. Okay, that took about maybe 30 seconds. It might take a little bit longer if there's more images for it to create. These look amazing, as you can see. It's got a short description underneath it. Feel free to change that if you want to, but technically you don't have to. Maybe just add a little sprinkle of your own touch to it. These images look amazing. And of course, if you don't like an image, you can just regenerate it. But in general, if you have this across your blog post, this should work quite well. Of course, if you want to change any of these images out for your own stock images, or whatever it's going to be, you can do that. There's full control here. And if you just want to generate images by themselves, you can use the image generation tools on the right. Lastly, there is a pin generator, so you can generate all the pins here as well. So again, I'm not going to go through it now. Type of text in here. You have the image model here, and then you can add a domain. I'd always recommend it. And then just add the type of image that you'd want. So usually I will use auto, collage, John Star, or general. Sometimes realistic, but usually I don't use the other three, but just use whichever one you think is fit and test. Once that's done, you'll have your blog post and also your blog pin if you choose to use Content Goblin. Remember, link in description. Feel free to check it out. Second tool, and probably just as important as the first tool because it's going to do all the automation for you, is Blog2Pin. Again, I'm not going to go through all the details. I have a 25-minute video just on how to use Blog2Pin. It's not too difficult to use, but there are things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do. So feel free to check that video. I'll leave a link in the description for you to see. This is one of the tools that I use that automates the entire process. So it has literally a tool that you can press and it will automate all of your pins for the next 30 days. And if that's 5 pins a day, that's over 150 pins. You can do 10 pins a day, you can do 20 pins a day, maybe not at the beginning, but it will do all the automation for you. It does your boards for you, so you can add your sitemap into Blog2Pin, and then it will just tell you all the boards you need to create and create them for you and do all the SEO for you. Okay, fantastic. Also, you can generate specific and unique pins with Blog2Pin. Pretty much it kind of has it all. Okay, I'd recommend it. I use it again very, very, very often. And as you can see, it is free to sign up. Okay, so check the link in the description and also check my description video on how to specifically use Blog2Pin. But between those two, Blog2Pin and Content Goblin, those are the other AI tools that I use to make this entire business automated. And then you can pretty much do all the rest yourself. So look, I hope that's been a interesting video for you. This is what I do pretty much on a day-to-day basis for my coaching clients and for all of my agency clients and for my own campaigns and my own content and websites. And I'm very, very good at it. So if you just feel like you're kind of overwhelmed, feel free to click the link in the description, sign up to my email letter and just shoot me an email. And I have packages that I can pretty much just do this all for you, which is pretty much part of my coaching sessions. If that makes sense for you, then feel free to sign up. It's super affordable and I would recommend it for pretty much everyone. If you're serious about making passive income and using Pinterest and automating AI tools for you, then this is what I'd recommend. Anyhow, that's it from me in this video. Feel free to sign up to all the tools that I recommend. And if you have any questions or comments, add them into the comment box below. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.